Hey everybody, Dennis here again. In a previous video I talked about the virtual Tonewheel organ that's available for the Roland Fantom and the Fantom O series. And when I say available, if you buy a Fantom now and it has the latest software installed, then it'll have the virtual Tonewheel organ, because the virtual Tonewheel organ was something that Roland added a couple of years after they released the original Fantom. And it's a very cool thing. So yeah, I talked about it in a previous video, and I'm going to go into a little more depth here. Not a whole lot more, but a little more. And you can see on my screen here I've got this patch selected, or this scene rather, and I've named it Organ Split DB, DB being my initials. And let's go into zone view and look at all four zones. Yeah. So turn this up a little bit. Yeah, and as I mentioned in that previous video, the virtual Tonewheel organ can only reside in zone 2 of any scene. So here it is, and with zone 2 selected, which it is now, if you press the parameter button right there, it takes you into this screen, which shows you the drawbars, how they're currently set up, and the other options. These options down here can be adjusted from the screen right here. I talked about these in that previous video, so I'm not going to go into those again. I just wanted to give you a little more of a demonstration of the sounds. And what you just heard was Byrd's Fancy Free. And I was using this patch. Let me put my stylus up here. Yeah, so that's a basic jazz organ kind of a sound. And I wanted to talk about popular drawbar registrations. And drawbar registration simply refers to how you have these drawbars set, configured. And of course there's many different possible combinations. So I have these couple of sheets that I found online, popular drawbar registrations by some of the great players. And they talk about guys like, if you remember Brian Auger, Tom Coster, who played with Santana, Keith Emerson of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, the late great Joey DeFrancesco. It shows you what their favorite drawbar settings were. And like, for example, Joey DeFrancesco, they've got a couple set here. They've got 8/8, and all the way extended is 8. So for Joey, they've got 8, 8, 8, and then this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8, 8, 4, and sometimes that's and then here we are. 6, and then the 8th one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one, Joey would like to go all the way out on that one. So his sound was. Yeah, that's kind of it's almost like a gospel organ sound. Another setting that they say Joey is partial to is 8, 3, and 8. That's so 8, 3, 8 with C3 vibrato. So C3 vibrato. And it doesn't talk about percussion. I think Joey would typically have soft percussion, and I guess he used the 3rd harmonic. So. That's a really nice, warm, rich sound. I like that a lot. That's beautiful. Yeah, so I'll try to put a link to this down below the video. Jimmy Smith, they say his preferred settings were 8/8 and then all zeros, and with a C3 vibrato again, just like Joey DeFrancesco. And I think Jimmy probably also used the third harmonic percussion. Yeah, that sounds like a sound that Jimmy used a lot. Yep. Yeah, et cetera, et cetera. So it's interesting stuff to see what some of these great players like to use. There was somebody who was like everything pulled out. Oh, Stevie Winwood. Yeah, Stevie Winwood. They show two settings for him. One of them is 8/4. There's 4. 8/4. 8/8. 4. 4. Huh. And wait a second. 8/4. 8/8. 4/8. Oh, and then 4/4/8. Yeah, which is almost. Now, I want to point out this last drawbar, the 1 foot harmonic, is if you have percussion on, it doesn't do anything. Let me see if I can demonstrate that. In fact, let me go back to a very subtle sound here. See, it's not doing anything because I've got percussion on. If you turn percussion off, now you hear it. Yeah, and that is the way that real Hammond organs work also. If you have percussion on, then that last 1 foot drawbar harmonic does nothing. Yeah, it might be because the percussion adds that high frequency attack, but I'm not sure exactly why it works that way. But that's the way Hammonds work. So Roland faithfully reproduced it. Yeah. So we were talking about Stevie Winwood's settings. Let's go back to that. He's got 8/4. 8/4. 8. 8. 4. 8, and then 4/4/8. 4/4. So since he's got this one all the way, I'm going to turn off percussion. And so this was Stevie's sound. Wow. That's almost everything, and they show another one for Stevie of everything out. All drawbars, 100% pulled out to 8, which is. Now, I find that a little too harsh when I'm doing gigs and I want to bring out dramatic organ sound. I'll start pulling these higher drawbars. I rarely would get them all the way out, as I just played. But sound. Then you have high drawbar out, and these lower drawbars mostly in. Yeah, so I think the Roland virtual Tonewheel organ is a really nice sounding organ. And I wanted to just mention one more thing about this. There are advanced settings. You can go where it says to Pro here. You can actually, when the rotary speaker speeds up or slows down, you can set the acceleration, how quickly the upper rotor accelerates and slows down, and also how quickly the lower rotor speeds up or slows down. In a Leslie speaker cabinet, there's an upper horn that spins, and there's a lower baffle that spins below the woofer, and they're independent. They spin at different speeds, and they accelerate differently. So you can control all that, how fast they accelerate, how fast they ultimately get, what speed they reach after they're done accelerating. So there's all kinds of stuff you can set. It's very, very powerful. And I want to mention one more thing, which is expression pedal. I use an M Audio expression pedal to, let me go back to, let's get out of here, exit. Yeah, here we are. And let's go back to the parameter. You're not going to see this, but I've got it hooked up, and I've got it fairly subtle, so that's all the way down, and that's all the way up. So expression pedal can really let you make your playing, give it more feeling. So you can, and I'm not particularly good at it, but I've been trying to use it when I play. But it's a nice way to add feeling to your playing, and a little, I guess, a little more interest to it, rather than having it always at a fixed volume expression pedal. Roland makes an expression pedal also. I think it's called the EV5 maybe, and both the Roland pedal and this M Audio pedal, they have a potentiometer, a knob on the side that lets you adjust basically the range of it. Okay, so I think that's about all I wanted to say about the virtual Tonewheel organ of the Roland Fantom. I'm a big fan of it. I think Roland did a fantastic job. I know I'm being repetitive, but I was really impressed by it. Thanks, everybody. Take care.